Hello everybody, this is the Ghoulish Gamer here, bringing you another singles ranked battle video. So, in today's video, we're finally switching things up and using a new battle team here. I will include a Pokepace and a team ID for as long as that's available in case you want to try this team out for yourself. I've been having a lot of fun with it. We're using Mega Lopunny as our main Mega Evolution for this team here. I made some considerations too based on the current metagame right now. I just wanted to try out some things. Specifically, the Excadrill is really nice too to deal with things like the Archelodons, along with other things. So I really like the Chandelure as well. So taking a look at their team here, we see a lot of special attackers, potentially Mega Gardevoir, potentially Mega Lopunny. I definitely am thinking we're going to want... Let's think about this here. To deal with the Corviknight, Rotom's probably going to be our best answer, so I'm thinking Rotom for sure. To deal with the Hydreigon, I'm thinking Lopunny is also going to be a really good answer. They are very fast. That could be kind of threatening to deal with, but we will do what we can. So Rotom, Lopunny, who are we still weak against here? Rotom, Lopunny. Alternatively, instead of Rotom, because Rotom's not really great into a lot of the rest of their team, we could just go Chandelure and then have another answer. Let's think about this here. I'm going to lead Chandelure. I want Mega Lopunny. I'm going to bring the Excadrill. I like the idea of the Excadrill. Excadrill is just pretty well-rounded against a lot of their team. I think because you have enough natural bulk, I think you can handle a lot of those threats on their team decently well. And in a worst-case scenario, Excadrill can still handle things like the Corviknight in a pinch. We do not have Iron Head, which is kind of unfortunate against those fairy matchups. It'd be really nice against the Gardevoir and the Sylveon to have the Iron Head on there. But I've been getting a lot of usage out of its other moves, so we will keep it as is for right now. This is a mighty unfortunate matchup. We're just going to have to take the close combat right now. I'm going to go for just pure damage. Flamethrower is going to be our most powerful damaging move. That was the one thing too. If we brought Toxapex, we would have had a good matchup into the Lopunny, but then we would have been pretty vulnerable to the rest of the team. So just kind of a tricky choice there. Yeah, we see the Fake Out. It's going to do a decent chunk of damage to us. I would imagine they're going to go close combat. Just want to see how much this Flamethrower can do. Might just have to take him down with our Lopunny here. We are revealing that we are Choice Scarfed. They are going to go for a close combat. And that will take us out. Oh, it was a critical hit. Given how much damage, given the fact that Fake Out did a quarter, I would imagine close combat probably still would have taken us out. So I'm going to go ahead and go into our Lopunny here. At least then we will guarantee get our Fake Out, and then we should be at a speed tie. I made a change recently. I really liked the Play Rough on there. We also have Triple Axle as another coverage option, but I really was having a hard time dealing with Gengar, the big Gengar, to just any kind of poison type that we didn't really have a good answer to. So at least this way, interesting. I think it's interesting they went for the Hydreigon. I'm assuming they're Scarfed. We are bulky enough that I think it's going to be worth just going for our close combat anyway, just taking the hit for what it is. There's always the chance that they miss too with the Draco, but if they're Scarf, that's gonna do a decent chunk of damage to us here, and then they're gonna come back in, and we do get the outspeed, so very, very nice for us here. I'm actually going to go ahead and swap back into Excadrill for this matchup here. I don't think they're expecting us to have the Chople Berry. That might just give us the damage differential we need to pick off the Lopunny, and then we can kind of play around from there. We're decently fast too into a lot of the rest of their team. Oh, they just forfeit. They could have played around that still. They definitely had options. I'm surprised they didn't go into Mega Lopunny, but we'll take it for what it is. Since that was just such a short one, let's go ahead and squeeze one more in here. Eventually, I'd like to start climbing up to the much higher tiers in Master Ball, start kind of getting my name up there on the global rank. I haven't really sat down and made like the best team that I'm capable of making in this format. This is just kind of another fun one because I wanted to try out Mega Lopunny again for a little bit. But we'll see if time allows for that because I think that'd be really fun. Back in Scarlet and Violet's ranked singles metagame, I had climbed very, very high up a number of times too, and it's always fun just to kind of see how high you can get in the global ranking. But taking a look at their team here, we see a couple big threats already. So potential Mega Greninja, potential Mega Charizard, either X or Y. A lot of physical threats. I'm thinking Toxapex might not be a bad choice. I think the Lopunny would be really good too. We do have Encore on Lopunny to be able to deal with the Aegislash if need be. So that is definitely an option. In terms of some of their other Pokemon here, I'm thinking Toxapex and Lopunny. Probably going to pick both these guys here. Who do we want for our last Mon? Chandelure would be nice into like the Aegislash and the Corviknight, but we're pretty weak into some of its other Pokemon. Rotom would be a little bit of a better matchup here. I'm thinking I'm actually going to lead Lopunny, keep Rotom in the back, and then I have Toxapex too as a hard switch in since most of their team is physical. And we can kind of play around with it from there. Rotom's also going to be really nice if they are Mega Zard Y. We have those super effective Electro-type attacks, and we have the potential to burn on some of the other Pokemon. We're just pretty naturally bulky. We're max hit points, max special attack. So we see Greninja coming out. Greninja is a big threat because of that massive speed stat. What I'm actually going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go straight for close combat here and see if we can get some big damage down. I'm just going under the assumption that they're Mega Greninja. Mega Greninja would outspeed us normally. So if they're physical too, we can always swap out to the Toxapex if need be. But let's just Mega Evolve and see if we can get a big hit down here. Nice. We get the outspeed, which is kind of crazy. They must be super slow. Okay, they are Focus Sash. Maybe I've noticed this a couple times. Maybe the Mega Pokemon just get their speed stat right off the bat. So big Surf coming in to knock us out here. I'm fine with that. Honestly, let's go ahead and just pick this guy off with Toxapex here. It's probably Torrent. Oof. Oof. This is not looking like it's going to be a good matchup for us here. I'm going to knock him out with the struggle. We're having some connection issues, it looks like. So Surf's going to only do a little bit. We're going to take some major recoil with struggle, but at least we'll be able to pick him off here. Ooh, get that critical hit for all that big damage. Nice thing is we will be able to still Regenerator off a lot of that damage. Okay, we see Charizard coming out here. I'm just going to go ahead and hard switch into Rotom. We'll see if it's Mega Y or X. Tricky thing about Mega X too is you can't burn it, so it makes it, yeah, Charizard X. That's going to be nice, though. We can just swap right back into Toxapex, and it's not really a threat at all. If it starts trying to set up on us, we can just haze off the damage. Probably has EQ for cover. Oh, Thunder Punch. Yeah, that's not going to do too much to us here. Thinking just because we're going to heal off a little bit with Citrus Berry. Just because of that extra damage that it did, I want to be back to full health. Oh, this gets really tricky. You know what? I have faith. Thunder Punch is going to do a lot of damage here. I have faith that This is so tricky. I'm gonna drop a Toxic down. This is gonna do big damage. But I have faith that we can chip it down with Toxic here and just hopefully get the win. I was debating on whether to go Haze, but I figured it's going to be too much damage after that next hit. But at least this way we can kind of whittle it down a little bit more here. Hoping they just go to try to pick me off. I'm going to protect here, try to heal up some of that damage. If they go Dragon Dance, we're going to be in a really, really bad spot. But I'm going to swap into the Rotom. Just kind of play from there. They do go for Dragon Dance. That is pretty unfortunate. That is pretty unfortunate. Still chipping away some good damage with that Toxic. I want to preserve the Toxapex because we have a half a fighting chance to survive. So let's go into Rotom here. Did they go for Dragon Claw? Another Thunder Punch coming in. That is enough to take us out, but we're going to get that Regenerator health back. Poison coming in, doing some big damage here. If we can get off a double protect, we'll be golden. I don't know what their last Pokemon's going to be, but I have faith in the Toxapex here. Hopefully it's not like Corviknight or something silly. Let's take a look. Corviknight or Aegislash would be a game over for us. So... and the Mimikyu too, honestly. This is looking a little rough. Let's protect here. Just see what we can do. Okay. We got a 50-50. Nice. Get off the protect, so we're going to take down the Zard. We'll have to see what its last Pokemon is and if we can even threaten it. That's where having Infestation would be nice, but I just think that the combination of Protect, Toxic, and Haze has been so good to deal with like as an anti-setup option that I'm willing to have that limitation here and not have the Infestation. And we see the Mimikyu. Yikes. Let's play it out. We can't Toxic them with their disguise intact. We can't Toxic them with their disguise intact.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Oh, I did not think Toxic hit through the disguise. What in the world? What have I been doing? That is so new to me. That is so new to me. We're going to haze off this damage here, and let's go for... I've just been going back and forth because I thought disguise protected against Toxic. I had no idea. I could have won this game the entire time. I'm sitting here just going back and forth, spamming haze against Swords Dance. Unbelievable. What a funny video. Okay. Alright, so we're going to fire off a Toxic, and then we should win the game here. I'm hoping they just forfeit and don't drag this out any longer, but we will wait and see. They're going to miss their play rough. Totally fine. Now I keep spamming haze until we win the game. It's a major nerf to Mimikyu too, actually. It's kind of crazy. I will see you guys when the battle video is over. And that is one obnoxiously long battle finally over. Another win here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try not to post any more dragged out long videos like this, but I thought it'd be good to know. I don't know if any of you have had experience too. I thought that in previous generations, Toxic didn't work, or status didn't work in general when Mimikyu's disguise was intact, so that was kind of interesting for me. But yeah, I will see you in the next battle video. This is the Ghoulish Gamer, out.